ठीक है. All right. So we're going live now. All right. Hi everyone. Welcome on board. Hope you guys can hear me absolutely fine. कैसे हैं भाई आप लोग? Can you guys see me? Hi Pradesh. Hi everyone. Hey Aditya. Hey guys. Welcome on board. Today the topper session. आज मैं आपको दो दिग्गज लोगों से बुलाने वाला हूँ. By the way, this session is going to be a fundraising session for all the COVID-19 support guys. What we're doing with especially with the NGOs, and these two of our students have come up forward, and they're going to be giving you gyan as well. So if you guys want to donate some money, more than happy to receive it. You guys can use your क्या बोलते हैं इसको, YouTube. What is it called? Yeah, YouTube super chat. Will be more than happy. We are raising 5 lakh rupees in this entire session. Welcome, guys. Hope you guys can hear me. Yes, no, yes, no. The chat button should be helpful. Am I live? Can you guys hear me? Yes, no, yes, no. The chat button should be helpful. 3, 2, 1. Let's wait for you guys. Okay. देख पा रहे हो नहीं देख पा रहे हो? हाँ ना तो कर दो यार. Okay, I'm waiting for their chat to go live. All right. Okay, we are live, guys. Hi, everyone. Welcome on board. Hi, Arjun and Arjun T. Arjun T and Arjun M. If you guys can switch on your cameras, that'll be great help.
Hello, sir.
Hey,
Hope
Arjun.
I'm audible.
Hey, you're audible. Hi, Arjun Malik. Can you hear me?
Hi, yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay.
Boys and girls, please welcome. ये दोनों मेरे मेरे करण अर्जुन आएंगे आज. डबल अर्जुन आए यहाँ पे दोनों. This Arjun is a cat topper with a 99.88 cat, right? Arjun,
Yeah,
99.88 cat. And Arjun T, you got he's an all India NMAT rank 7 के 8. मैं भूल गया यार तेरा rank क्या था.
Sir, NMAT in Core Mumbai was 8 and HR was 6.
HR was 6. Oh my goodness, this is so amazing. Boys and girls, India is one of the biggest examinations, and these two toppers are here to help you out. Let's fix up the strategy. By the way, these guys both come from the work experience category. I've told you guys multiple times, आधे लोग work experience वाले होते हैं, आधे लोग नहीं. 30-35% लोग freshers होते हैं, around 70% के आसपास. 65 to 70% work experience वाले होते हैं. First things first, I'll talk to Arjun Malik. Arjun यार 98.88. What was the strategy? मतलब पहले plan किया था कि इतना आ जाएगा कि आ गया बस?
No, I had aimed for a very high score. चाहिए था high score, and I mean, all my preparation was targeted towards getting a very high percentile, and my focus was getting calls from the best times. That's it was always there. It was always there on my mind.
एक बार बच्चों को बता दे भाई. I feel very proud that these guys are preparing their GDPI with us. मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, we'll turn the world upside down to convert your GDPI. और दोनों कैट किंग के एकदम होशियार लौंडे, इतने मेहनती है ना. अर्जुन लगता नहीं है, अर्जुन एम, पर बड़ा ही मेहनती स्टूडेंट आदमी है ये. तो अर्जुन and Arjun T, when you prepared for an RC Monji, you killed all the competitive examination. You thought about like topping the charts के top 10 में आ जाएगा और कि बस हो गया?
No, sir. I mean, definitely there is no idea that we should back the top 10 or top 5, but definitely wanted to achieve the best in one of the examinations for all the management exams this year. So even though a couple of exams didn't went well, yes, I mean, Nasimonji and NMAT was the one which was written for me, I guess.
This is so amazing. भाई plus and minus होते रहते हैं. इसका by the way cat बहुत amazing नहीं गया था, but you know one exam doesn't go for a in the best possible way, but बाकी exam आप करा गए. He converted Excel Rai का executive management as well. This is so amazing. Arjun, तेरे पास calls कौन सी एक बार अपनी calls बता भाई बच्चों को.
I had calls from Ahmedabad, Calcutta, Lucknow, Kozhikode, Shillong, and the CAP. Had also done SPGen and FMS.
मतलब बैंगलोर और इंदौर नहीं है तेरे पास, right?
नहीं.
बैंगलोर और इंदौर दो कॉल छोड़ के 20 IIM है और 20 के 20 IIM की कॉल है. मजा आनी लाइफ. SPGen convert है तेरा ना?
Yeah, I am.
I will feel bad about losing to IIM Ahmedabad, but it's all right. We are losing a student to IIM Ahmedabad. It's all
I
right.
hope we get.
I hope you convert. भाई ये भी दिक्कत होती है. Once you guys get a call, उसके बाद second journey शुरू होती है. People on the chat, please guide for C. I'm looking at the chat as well, so you guys can definitely type in your comments. I'll be looking at the chat once in a while as well, and we'll discuss. आज का presentation क्या होने वाला है? अगले around 15 to 20 minutes हम कैसे बात करेंगे? We'll talk section by section. I'll talk to both these toppers. What is the strategy for those quants? फिर हम बात करेंगे वर्बल की, फिर हम बात करेंगे DIR की, और फिर टुवर्ड्स द मॉक्स की बात करेंगे. व्हाट आर देयर स्ट्रेटजी और ये टॉपर लोग कैसे करते हैं. बॉयज एंड गर्ल्स, एक छोटा सा काम कर दीजिए, फटाफट लाइक ठोक दीजिए. इट्स गोना बी रियली रियली हेल्पफुल. ठीक है भाई. अर्जुन, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद यू. हाँ भाई, क्वांट्स की बात कर यार. तू इंजीनियर है, कौन से IIT का, NIT का, बिट्स पिलानी का, कहाँ का है तू?
I am from a tier 3 or tier 2 college called Thardomal Shani Engineering College. It's in Mumbai. It's affiliated with Mumbai University.
क्या
So I'm
बात
not from
है,
Oman.
मैंने जान के पूछा, मैं इसको ऐसा भी tier 4 tier 5 मत बोला, अच्छा कॉलेज है, चुप कर जा।
No, it's
बॉम्बे
good.
बॉम्बे का ही वन ऑफ द टॉप थ्री कॉलेजेस के अंदर आता है। बहुत बहुत मेरी पीपल ऑन द चैट, नो IIT, नो NIT, नो बिट्स पिलानी। आज के बाद तुमने अगर मेरे को पूछा सर मेरा तो NIT नहीं है, मेरा तो IIT नहीं, क्या मैं IIM जा सकता हूँ, क्या मेरी कॉल आ सकती है? भाई इसके 18 IIMs की कॉल है, इंक्लूडिंग अहमदाबाद, including Kolkata, including Lucknow, Kozhikode of the world. Arjun T, Narsi Monji topper. Which college you're from? Bits Pilani, NIT, IIT?
No, sir, nothing from all the top three creams. So I was from type 3 college, which is JNTU Kakinada from South India,
That's
Andhra
also
Pradesh.
good school.
Yeah.
That's also good school for sure. But ठीक है, again भाई two exams के topper, no NIT, no IIT. इसी बात पे like ठोक दो भाई. ठीक है, this is so amazing. Let's start. Arjun यार, let's talk about quants भाई. फटाफट on the chat, please type. Are you guys engineers, non-engineers? फटाफट type करिए, and we'll talk to that. Arjun, what are the preparation strategy for quants?
I think first thing, get your calculation straight. As engineers, हमें वो आदत हो गई है. We have this habit of working with the calculator, and we need to be a little better with our calculations, quicker in our calculations. So I mean, get those straight. That's the first step I took, and it's very important to identify what your strengths and weaknesses are in QA, because there are too many topics. I mean, compared to the other ones. So you need to know which ones you want to target. I mean, if you have a strength, you need to improve that strength. If you have a weakness, try and get rid of it. But if you can't, then forget about it. Like in my case, I'm not that good at PNC, and I tried to do, I mean, a decent amount of PNC. Chalo, mera level upar ho jayega, I'll be able to answer more. But after a certain point in time, I thought it's a waste of my resources. I have limited time. I'd rather, utilize it in another topic, such as maybe algebra or geometry, and improve my marks there where I'm better. So
Why?
just know what your strengths and weaknesses are.
People, and what is the quant का CAT का score? 99 point?
99.34.
99.34 भाई, ये जो टॉपर आदमी होते हैं ना, ये भी एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं इनका PNC प्रोबेबिलिटी वीक है। अगर तुम्हारा PNC प्रोबेबिलिटी वीक है ना, तो रोना मत सर मेरा PNC प्रोबेबिलिटी वीक है, वो बंदा टॉप कर गया, अहमदाबाद कॉल लेके आया। तो भाई दिस इज अ बिग मोटिवेशन फॉर ऑल ऑफ आवर लिसनर्स। ग्रेट। व्हाट एल्स? तो एक तो ने फाउंडेशंस अच्छे से किया, कैलकुलेशन अच्छे से किया, फिर मटेरियल उठाया एक बार। हाउ मेनी मंथ्स डिड यू पुट रिलीजियसली ऑन योर CAT प्रिपरेशन?
So I started on June 16th, I remember, June 16, 2020. All the way till November, and the first 2.2 or 2.5 months, I just got done with all basics concepts, and my target was very clear. It has to be timed practice, because it's a time-based test. It's not like, acha, I can solve 10 questions of arithmetic and I can take an hour and 20 minutes to do that. Nahi. I want to take 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and get into that zone of answering questions fast, and also knowing which question has to be answered. Aisa bhi hota hai, you are great at a topic, and it becomes an ego thing कि मैं तो इसमें बहुत अच्छा हूँ, I have to solve this question. But I was very emotionless when it came to these topics. I might be good, but if it's a question that's very tough, forget it.
मत याद दिला यार। मेरे CAT के अंदर मेरा ईगो था ज्योमेट्री, मतलब इंजीनियर्स ज्योमेट्री को हेट करते हैं, पर मेरा ईगो था ज्योमेट्री। 2 सवाल, दिस 2009 2010, लॉन्ग बैक व्हेन आई वाज अटेम्प्टिंग माय CAT, 2 सवाल ज्योमेट्री के मैंने दिल पे ले लिए, ये तो मैं सॉल्व करके ही जाऊंगा, और दोनों सवाल गलत। हमारे टाइम में अंदर क्वेश्चन भी गलत होते थे, एंड फिर हमारा पेपर बेस्ड था, तो पेपर में ना साइड में लिख के आया कि क्वेश्चन गलत है, इसका आंसर ये होना चाहिए। ऑप्शन नंबर, केस नंबर 1 हीरो बन के, केस नंबर 1, केस नंबर 2, केस नंबर 3, and later on they just announced that these questions are not being marked and tumne answer likha nahi. This was so stupid, but any which ways, which is good. So understand your strength, weaknesses, and know which questions to leave, and apna ego chodo. That's really important. Arjun T, you are also an engineer and you got a pretty good work experience behind your belt as well. What is your strategy when it comes to quant?
So firstly, whatever the competitive exams that we go, so always speed-based exam. So it is very important for us to have a mental math first. So first you have to prepare your mental math. Try to get in your fingertips all the fractions, all the percentage conversions, all the divisions, because these were all the smaller things which can drastically affect your preparation and the amount of time that you take to solve a single question. So first, whenever you start, try to build this mental math foundation very strong, so that all your calculations would be going very faster. And the second point was try to first understand the type of the exam, or what is the LOD of that exam. So then accordingly prepare your stuff. Whatever the exam you take, first go through all the basics first, build your basics, write your formula books, and then have a second round and third round of revision, and try to gather in the mistakes that you have done in your previous times, and try to get them back on track. So
Great.
This is my strategy.
That's a very important thing. इनको समझ नहीं आता यार. When you prepare in iterations, you know what I tell them? I tell them try to finish your entire syllabus ऊपर से एक बार 40 दिन में. पहली बात तो 40 दिन कोई रोज पढ़ ले तो बहुत बड़ी बात है कैट के लिए. There are ups and downs. मैं बोलता हूँ 40 दिन में एक बार सिलेबस देख ले पूरा का पूरा. Then hit on the topics. यार ज्योमेट्री मेरा फेवरेट लग रहा है, PNC में बाद में करूँ. And then do reiterations again and again, which people don't understand. So भाई ये टॉपर सुन रहे हैं तो टॉपर्स बोल रहे हैं तुम्हारी बात, and they have killed it, and you can also kill it. Yeah, one more, Arjun, I want to ask you how to like to the genuinely topper है, मतलब rank 6 out of bloody I think 60-70,000 people who give Narsi Munji and rank 8 in the core program and 6 in, what special tricks did you use?
So first, I mean, there were no special tricks or magic wand with me. So first, I try to understand the exam first. So what questions are being asked for whatever the exam that you want to give. First, go back to a previous year question papers and try to give them a shot. Then you can understand the feel of that exam, what level of difficulty that these questions were being on. Then accordingly, you have to chunk your preparation in accordingly. So that's my first way of going for any exam, because XAT, CAT, NMAT, SNAP, whatever the exam, even the core part that they were testing was the same. But we have to fine tune your preparation in according to that exam. So first, understanding the exam and the LOD was crucial for me, and that I have applied for all the exams.
Great. This is a very good point. I'll come back to this. There are questions coming up on VARC. We'll talk about the same. एक question मैं दोनों को पूछने वाला हूँ कि भाई all exam preparation करना चाहिए, college specific preparation करना चाहिए. That I'll come back to you on the same. Let's move to the second part, DILR. So Arjun, तेरा DILR भी कितना है?
99.3.
99.3. पहला क्वेश्चन का आंसर दे. जब 24 क्वेश्चन तेरी स्क्रीन के सामने आए, 40 क्वेश्चन में से तूने उसमें से कितने क्वेश्चन ठीक किए? सच्ची बताना.
I got 30 or 33 marks. So 11 or 10 that I got correct, and I got 3 other the type in the answer questions wrong. वो गलत हो गए.
अच्छा, तो तूने मतलब 11 तेरे ठीक हुए हैं, तो 33 मार्क्स हैं तेरे ओवरऑल, राइट? ठीक है. तो अच्छा, तो ये लड़का होशियार बना फिरता है भाई. people listening to us, ये बहुत नालायक आदमी है. इसने 24 में सिर्फ 11 क्वेश्चन ठीक किए हैं, और भाई 11 क्वेश्चन ठीक करने वाला टॉपर बनता है DILR में. कांग्रेट्स मैन अर्जुन, दिस इज ग्रेट. ये लोगों को बात नहीं समझ आती यार. आई टेल देम ब्लडी 50% मार्क्स मेरे को लेके आना, यू गोट किल इट. दे आर लाइक 50% सर कैसे हो सकता है? तो
anybody who starts doesn't know that. तो starting में ऐसा लगता है कि you have to do really well. I mean, it's considered like QA solve कर रहे हो, but it's not the same thing.
That's the magic of DILR, sir. Because there is no confined syllabus for it. It's not like you have to finish off from this chapter to this chapter. So it all depends upon the practice and the selection of sets that comes into matter. Even I failed to implement the same in my final exam, because of which I screwed up the DILR. Right. So practice and selection were the biggest things that you have to take up.
And सच्ची बताऊं यार, ये दोनों लोग टॉपर, सॉरी फॉर इंटरप्टिंग, ये दोनों लोग टॉपर है, पर जब तक कैट का स्कोर हाथ में नहीं आता ना, तुम पेपर देख के बाहर आते हो ना, तब तक DILR की जब 33 मार्क्स दिखते तो पता नहीं होता कि 99.8 आने वाला. 99 कितना था?
99.3
99.3 आने वाला है भाई. 11 सवाल ठीक करने वाला. तब तक लगी रहती कि भाई क्या होगा. तो भाई people who are scared about the preparation, अगर टॉपर बनना है तो 11-12 सवाल भी करके तुम टॉपर बन सकते हो. That's the DILR. अर्जुन मलिक, तेरा क्या टिप्स था यार DILR के लिए? क्या बोलना चाहेगा उनको, कैसे प्रिपरेशन करो?
My DILR prep is quite funny. I was a typical school student when I started taking DILR. I think the first mock that I took, just to know मेरा strength क्या है, I answered in questions in sequence and I couldn't get past the third set. And I had no idea that there's something that's called strategy and I can actually stop and choose sets. I was in that, zone ki test dena, it's just in a linear fashion. So the first thing, I think the most important thing is your strategy for attempting a DILR. You need to absolutely know which question you can answer, which you can't. And that can only come with practice. So the more you practice, the more you familiarize yourself with these kinds of questions are coming. There are different, use different resources for that kind of practice, and you understand this is my strength, this is my weakness. Again, I just want to add one thing that I haven't mentioned before. I had a very detailed Excel tracker that I had prepared. I mean, we are going in mocks territory right now, just to let you know. My Excel had a clear-cut number-based approach. I have attempted these many questions on these many different kinds of areas in DILR and the other two subjects. And which ones am I getting right? Which ones am I getting wrong? Which ones am I over-attempting? Which ones am I under-attempting? So it was very clear. I had a very analytical approach to my DILR. And again, practice strategy first.
No emotions at all. It's like investing in stock markets. I always tell them
हाँ.
data interpretation is like even investing in cryptocurrency, no emotion at all. 15% ऊपर गया, बेच दे भाई. Wait मत करके वो 50% ऊपर जाएगा. You know.
That's a
Never,
smart
don't.
risk.
I do crypto like that, by the way. I mean, brainless thought process. Stocks में फिर मैं दिमाग लगा लेता हूँ. Crypto, we'll talk about that some other time. Great. Arjun T, what was your DLR tips and strategies? क्या बताना चाहता है? ये कई लोग हमारी बातें सुन रहे हैं.
Yes, sir. One thing I just wanted to tell about DLR was don't go up with your favorite areas, because most of the people would be thinking that I can do selections better, I can do the logical arrangements better. So previously I used to start in the same way. In all the 8 sets that we have, I first try to search out the selection set. If that was there, then I was thinking that okay, this is my biggest area, then I have to invest. So I kept on investing 20 to 30 minutes for that set, and ultimately I couldn't able to score much. So rather than going for our favorite areas, first try to when you start the DLR section, first try to get through all the 8 questions, try to understand the LOD, and try to see which one are the easy one. Definitely, minimum 2 to 3 sets would be there in every of the examination or mocks which you can able to do it. So first crack them with the utmost accuracy, then think about the later questions, and whatever the type in questions, just give a fluke, maybe one or the other way you can able to get it.
धीरे धीरे तुम्हारी strategy improve होती जाएगी. This is so
Just
amazing.
one. I just wanted to add one thing, sir.
बिल्कुल.
One thing is there. I was in CAT slot 3 this year, so apparently numbers also said DLR was the toughest in slot 3. The other two were not that of DLR. So one thing that was very important, that DLR offers you an opportunity that okay, if it's not going that well, you can come back in the test. So you have to be very grounded and very rational when you're sitting for a DLR paper. Don't panic. I mean, there's no use in panicking. Try and do whatever you can. And one more important thing is that many people look at it as a set approach, like sets attempt karne. What I modified this to in the last, I think 3 months or so of my prep was, it's a question based thing. I might go to a set, I might be able to solve just 1 or 2 questions. The third and fourth question is too difficult. Forget it, move on. Right. So I zoned it down from a set based approach to a question based approach.
That's a very important thing. I always tell them go wide. DILR में ऐसा नहीं कर सकते यार, मैं spider chart आएगा ना वो मैं पक्का करेगा. You know, tables का question पक्का करेगा. Yeah, you can have your strength and affinity towards some subjects, but always have a wide approach. और किस set में कितने question निकालने और end में 11 question solve करने. Quickly, 103 people are on the chat. Boys and girls, please fटाफट like ठोकिए. It's going to be really helpful. And quick announcement again. This is the COVID relief 19 workshop what we're doing right now. And these 2 toppers who have been with us with Cat King, in fact, they prepared for GDPI as well as CDPI with us, and they have all stepped in to help all of you guys. And we're trying to raise 5 lakh rupees through these YouTube lives. Thank you first of all, Arjun and Arjun T for the same.
Oh, anytime, my pleasure.
Pleasure.
It's a great initiative.
Great. Last thing, boys and girls, मेरा section verbal ability. तो भाई बता दे यार अर्जुन, और जिनको नहीं पता है दोनों कौन लोग बात करें. एक ऑल इंडिया रैंक 6 है NMMS HR का, ऑल इंडिया रैंक 8 है नारसी मोंजी का, और ऑल इंडिया मतलब 60-70 हजार लोगों में से आफ्टर 3 पॉसिबल अटेम्प्ट्स. तुम समझ रहे हो ना कितने बंदे कितने परमुटेशन कॉम्बिनेशन है. और ये दूसरा लौंडा भी स्टड है 99.88 CAT and he killed 99 percentile plus in all the 3 sections. ऐसा कम ही होता है, you know, एक में आ जाता है दूसरे में कम हो जाता है, which is really amazing. And this guy's got calls from IIM Ahmedabad, Kolkata, Lucknow, Kozhikode, Shillong, and all the baby arms and the caps. Am I right?
Yes.
B Sam call है. चल भाई, verbal ability. Let's get killing. हाँ Arjun M.
So I think verbal ability, I have this, habit reading ka. I was reading for a long time. So mera reading ka base to develop. It was developed. But then again, one very crucial thing is, even if you have that developed, the paper is a question paper, right? It's not like reading a newspaper or magazine. So aapko questions kaise answer karne. There were times when I wouldn't do well. So I had to improve that as well. And within that, we have the paragraph jumbling and the summary in the VA part, and in the RC there's the simple RC reading comprehension. So for the VA part, it used to be kind of like my weakness, wherein I was never exposed to that kind of stuff. RC I was still fine, ki theek hai, padhna hai, comprehend karna hai, and I can do reasonably well. But the VA part, so what I did do was I started doing 2 things. One was obviously a lot of practice. Extremely important practice. And then another thing which was very important for me was to again control my ego. Again, I was supposed to be good. I thought ki acha mera English acha, I'll be able to do well. But there are times when summary ke main 3 attempts karta tha, tino wrong, which is like a -3, and I'm losing technically I'm losing 12 marks. So again, control my ego. If I can get it right, I'll get it right. very critically analyze the question. Nahi ho raha, move on. So that was, for me, it was a challenge. This was a challenge from prep point of view.
ग्रेट ग्रेट ग्रेट। तो भाई वीआरसी के अंदर ईगो छोड़ो, पढ़ो पढ़ो पढ़ो, मतलब यू आर वन ऑफ दोस गाइस हफ्ते में एक आधी बुक पढ़ लेता है, क्या सीन है तेरा?
हफ्ते not hafte mein, but I've been like diligently reading the newspaper since about 8-10 years now.
Okay.
Books also along with it, so I have that bent of mind while reading. वो तो था थोड़ा सा,
which is थोड़ा सा नहीं भाई, ये टॉपर आदमी जो बोल रहे हैं तुम, ये जब हम टॉपर बन जाते हैं ना तो ऐसे बोलते हैं हाँ सर वो हो गया था सर, but I like it, you are accepting your weaknesses and mistakes what you have done in the past, which is actually helping you out. अर्जुन टी, तू तो साउथ इंडियन है यार, तेरा तो इंग्लिश ऐसे ही अच्छा होगा।
But sir, even though I had a decent amount of English, but I'm not an avid reader, so like most of the people would do. So my preparation of BARC just started to start reading it at least for 2 to 3 hours in a given day. Because when you start preparing for BARC, no student can directly jump in and solve RC right from the day one. Because you have to face the psychology RC, and if you don't know even the terminology, how you can able to grasp the whole content and try to answer the questions, it's highly impossible. So whatever the time that you are starting, maybe in May or June, so first have a couple of months complete base, try to divide the whole week. What strategy I implemented for reading was: Monday I'll read psychology, Tuesday I'll read history, Wednesday I'll read the science and technology. So all the 6 days I have classified so that at least I was building a base in getting in touch with all the subjects or all the different types of the areas. And parallelly, mandatory thing was to read the Hindu, especially the editorials, and try to summarize the editorials within one line. Maybe if an editorial has 2 paragraphs, one statement for first paragraph and second statement for the second paragraph. That's it. So you have to continue your reading in such a way that you can able to write these statements within as minimum time as possible. Then once this base has been prepared, then this definitely can help you in solving the RCs in a prescribed amount of time.
ग्रेट यार, ग्रेट। तो भाई साउथ इंडियंस का, सॉरी फॉर डूइंग नॉर्थ इंडियन, साउथ हमारे एनआईटी आईआईटी में ना हम काफी थोड़ा ऐसे ही प्यार वाला रेसिज्म करते हैं। साउथ और नॉर्थ तो तुम लोग हिंदू पढ़ने वाले होते हो, हम पढ़ने वाले टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया या ट्रिब्यून अखबार हमने कोई पढ़ी होती है, हम तो इंग्लिश रट्टा मार मार के आगे बढ़ते हैं। and then slowly and slowly looking at you guys and we actually improve it. I mean, I'm not generalizing the fact, ऐसा नहीं है यार, but I'm just saying what I've gone through. Great. Final tips and strategies. I mean, I want to end it up here. There are all 130 odd people who've joined us with us, and I want to make a small announcement towards the end as well. Arjun, yaar, any final parting thoughts to all these people?
Be very critical in analyzing your mocks. Make it a very numbers based thing. What we use our gut feeling, अच्छा, I think मैं इसमें अच्छा हुआ, I might be better in this subject. वो होता है, we have a tendency to do that, but उसको quantify कर दो, एक number ले आओ कि अच्छा मैंने अगर 10 क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करे हैं from BA and मेरे आ रहे हैं 5 करेक्ट, और कौन से 5 करेक्ट आ रहे हैं, कौन से 5 गलत जा रहे हैं, we need to know that. Without knowing an overall view, पता नहीं चलेगा. And yeah, try to take as many mocks as you can. I took around 45 plus mocks.
Okay, everyone, 45 plus mocks. सुन रहे हो मेरी बात? आज नीचे तुम चैट में प्लेज करो कि भाई I will actually get 20 to 30 mocks for sure. नीचे लिखो 20 to 30 प्लेज करो, वो बंदा 45 दे के आया, फिर जाके 99.8. Okay, I can see your chat as well. Great. Arjun, तेरे से मैं डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन पूछना चाहता हूँ यार, all exam strategy versus one exam strategy, what is your point of view on the same? Arjun T, sorry. Arjun T, दोनों Arjun.
Okay, we were confused. Sir, I think preparing for CAT and XAT will give you a broader base for the rest of the exams, because the rest of the exams will have slight tweak in the reasoning part or else the grammar part here and there. But yeah, preparing for CAT and XAT will give you a strong base so that you can able to confidently give a shot for the other exams as well. And I just wanted to have a 3C strategy that I have implemented. The first C was clarity of thought. So definitely you should have a clarity of thought why you wanted to do MBA. Definitely this question will help you in CDPA as well, but not only in terms of CDPA, but definitely if you have a clarity of thought why you wanted to do, because to achieve one particular target, so that target will definitely help you to motivate each and every day of preparation. Because every day one mock you would be ending up scoring superb, and one mock it would be disastrous. So if you have a clarity of why you wanted to do, so that motivation will keep you driving through all these things. And the second C was confidence. definitely you should be confident enough. There was more than 10 exams, so don't worry with or don't loosen your heart if one exam or one mock fails. Definitely if you have a confidence, then you can definitely crack one or the other exam. Like me, I have failed in CAT, but I have done extremely well in NMAT. So don't use your confidence. Maybe it can end up disappointing, and don't try to get that impact in the other exams. And the third C was the commitment. Yep, commitment was the same. Yeah,
Yes.
whatever the work you do with 100% commitment. Definitely you'll see the results.
Just
बहुत
in
बढ़िया.
relation to the point he made, so just one final. I think
हाँ.
that point is very important about not getting disheartened by your mocks. Every mock is not going to be a 99 plus,
Yep,
and every mock will
definitely.
not also be an 85. I have had mocks in which I got, and this is not like early in my prep. I think from around 1.5 months to go, I got around 89 percentile in one of the All India mocks. And even my last mock that I took, it was 98 percentile. So, and this is after I've been getting 99 as well. So don't get disheartened. It's fine. It's a mock. That's why don't get disheartened. It's not the real thing.
मैं उनको बोलता हूँ उसका नाम ही मॉक है यार, नाम ही उसका
Mock, exactly.
Mock.
उसका नाम ही मॉक है यार, तुम डरते क्यों है? All right, this is so amazing. Quick update to all of you guys. We are doing a COVID-19 relief workshop tomorrow as well. We're getting your seniors. Arjun, अगर तू अहमदाबाद जाएगा, तेरे कल seniors आ रहे हैं 3-4, and we're doing a 6 hours workshop with all these people. भाई नीचे link मिलेगा. You guys can join in this workshop, and the price is going to be 2,999. I'm not selling this workshop, but everything what we raise from this is going to be going to the COVID relief for sure. We're trying to build up some oxygen in Delhi as well as Bombay in association with the NGOs as well. We pledge to raise 5 lakh rupees. Mera promise, 6 hours back to back will be worth it. And last thing, नीचे link मिलेगा प्रदेश, if you can give the link, that'll be great help. अर्जुन यार, तुम लोगों के लिए GDPA अपन ने फाड़ के तैयारी करवाई थी. अर्जुन एंड अर्जुन टी, तुम मुझे प्रॉमिस करो तेरा एसपीजन कन्वर्ट है इंशाल्लाह, अहमदाबाद कलकत्ता सब तेरे कन्वर्ट हो. तू तो जा ही रहा है नारसी मुंजी, 17 को तेरा 16 को कॉलेज स्टार्ट हो रहा है. एक बार इनका GDPA कॉल आएगा तो कन्वर्ट करवा दोगे आके अर्जुन? अर्जुन
Yeah, sure. Anything.
Definitely, sir. Anytime, any day. We are always there. Cat King family would be always there.
This is so amazing. This song, and hope the Cat King family helped you in your preparation as well, Arjun. Hope तेरे को help हुआ.
Sure, sir. The
Absolutely.
GDPA sessions were very much insightful because every day we used to dwell a lot of in terms of preparation rather than getting things of general awareness. So once we clear the calls, once we get the calls, so definitely the GDPA preparation was very much helpful.
I just want to say GDPA becomes very overwhelming. You don't know what to do, kya karna chahiye, kya nahi karna. So the meetups and the calls allowed us to, at least for me, it allowed me to focus my energy in the right direction. Yeah, right. I don't have to worry about everything under the sun.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. तो भाई तुम मेहनत करो, मैं इनको ये बोलता हूँ, you bloody get me a call, will website on make you meet more people. तुम call convert करो बस. मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ यार, strategy मेरी, मेहनत तुम्हारी, और फिर भगवान का आता है end में. If everything falls in place, things will be falling in the lap for us. All right, thank you so much, boys and girls. Say a big thank you to all these people, and एक like ठोकिए, और thank you यार, thank you Arjun, and thank you Arjun and Arjun T. You have been wonderful यार.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us the opportunity, and thank you guys.
Thank you.
All the very best.
You guys are awesome, and thank you again, second time for coming and helping all these COVID guys. Whatever funds we raise, it's going to be going in the right hands. Okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
Right. Bye bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye bye.
Yep. Stay safe, everybody. Bye bye.
रुको.